Oh, it is a V-nickel. Sweet. Oh, 1894, baby. Work in the area. I went down there behind the grist mill, down to the water. A lot of old bottles down there. Probably be a good place to do some bottle digging. That's not really what I'm in the mood for today. Treacherous getting down there though. Slippery, lots of sludge. Messy area. Then I put it around over here, around the outside of this fence. I'm near the barn here. And didn't really turn up much. I mean, I turned up that beautiful D-buckle over there and the mule shoe over there a couple days ago, but so far nothing today until now. I'm right out here by the street, under the telephone pole. Had to go way down there and fight something out from under that root, and it turned out to be this. Now, you've seen me dig this before. This is an oil lamp base. This here knob controls the length of the wick. You would turn that knob and the wick would come out of that shield there. And this would be attached to a bottle of oil. And these clasps on the side would hold the, well, it's like a big glass kind of vase-like container that would, you know, cover the flame so that you wouldn't accidentally touch it. This is probably very old. My guess is it dates to the 1800s, probably the 1870s. It does look like there might be a logo there. It looks different than the other ones I've dug, so I'm not sure what that is. Could be another star. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you can read it. But I'll clean it up when I get home. But that's the first really period find I've had today. Just a couple of modern coins, lots of square nails. I guess those are period finds. Anyway, I'm going to try up around the other side of the barn, see if I have some more luck there. Well, I'm just out here in the field, behind the barn. And it stretches on for quite a ways, and there's a little garden here where they've been growing stuff. Haven't found any coin-sized targets yet, but I did just have an interesting target. Looks like it's old. Have a look at this. There you go. I'd say that's a ladies' compact. And the reason why I'm saying that is there's a little hinge on it. See that? And there's a little snap there. This looks like it was the bottom of the compact. The top isn't here. Oops. All that's here is the, oops. All that's here is the bottom. But it has fancy on it. It looks nice. There's these vertical stripes, that triangle, little leaves and flowers. I might be able to identify it. My guess, looking at it, is that it's something from the 1920s. It looks like a 20s era kind of thing. Don't see any words on it, no logo. But maybe when I clean it up, you know, something will become visible. That happens sometimes, yeah. Well, that's interesting. Just dug this spoon, and that is rust. That's not like a copper patina or silver tarnish. That is rust, which suggests to me that this is an iron spoon. Strikes me as odd. I would have expected an iron spoon to be bigger and cruder. I don't know. I may tumble this just to see what it looks like under all this junk. Or soak it in Metal Rescue or something. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Now, see, I've seen enough horror movies to know that when you're at a camp in the woods by a lake and it's dark and you're alone and you see flickering lights, you're in trouble. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do our quick tailgate wrap-up. We only had a couple hours to hunt today, but we did manage to turn up a couple of things. First was the oil lamp base, old hose spigot, the ladies compact bottom, iron spoon, a tiny baby D-buckle, I didn't get that one on footage, and some modern change. There's 2 dimes, 4 pennies, and one of the pennies, that one there, is a Wheatie, which is a good sign. It's good when you find Wheaties, but that's it. No old coins yet, but we'll keep at it. We're just getting started with this property, and there's a lot to do. So, we will be patient. Besides, I may have a good hunt coming up this weekend. My friend Mike sort of clued me into something, so we'll see. See how that goes. Okay. See you on the next hunt. Oh, second target of the day. Beautiful high tone, 89, 90. You know what I was thinking. Silver half. No. It's one of those things. Something used for some sort of a tether or a line guide or something. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll probably tumble that and keep it. Yeah, we'll call that a find. Just not the find we're looking for. Alright, well, we'll keep at it. Well, I'm in the field where I found that ladies compact yesterday, the, I think, 1920s era. I think that was right over there. But I don't know what to make of this field. I'm just finding modern junk today. It seems very strange to me. I hear a lot of iron, like the ground is old, but everything that comes up is modern. So, this ground is very strange. I mean, around this property, I've found pieces of ceramic and old glass with embossing on it just sticking up out of the ground. Usually that's a good sign, but not a lot of high-value targets. Or not any, really. I'm wondering if it's been hunted before. I think it might have been, and I think the people who invited me here just don't know that it's been hunted before. I did one interesting experience over there. Someone must have lost a charm bracelet, which was then hit by a lawnmower. And so it just was a whole scattering of signals over there. And they would come up really deep because they're each small, they're beads. So each one would register as like 4 or 5 inches down, but it was actually right near the surface because it's tiny. The first one I actually dug a plug on, and then I got reminded of that lesson that I keep telling you guys. You should always check for depth first. I didn't do on the first one, but I pulled up a bunch of little beads and some little charms. I'll show you that stuff later. Right here it had a nice 75-76 tone at about 4 inches, and for once it's not junk. And for a minute I thought I had an old coin, but it's not that either. Have a look. As you can see, it's got a little bit of like denticles around the side there, and it's got a hole on it, so it's some kind of pendant or a tag. And when I flipped it over, there's a number on the back. Number 14. Looks like either 14 or 74. I can't say for certain. The light hits it right, you can see it. I think it's 14. So I don't know what that is. My guess is a tag for an animal, a goat or a sheep or something. It's sort of a numbered tag to identify the animal for the farmer. That's my guess anyway. That's a nice little find. Beats finding nothing, or junk, which I'm finding a lot of junk. It looks like there's some people showing up over there at the on the other side of the pond. Now my understanding is the larpers, they're not here until the weekend, but maybe they show up the day before or something. But I'll stay out of their hair. I'm going to stay over here, and of course I'll stay away on the weekend. I'll find some other place to hunt this weekend. Anyway, that was a fairly decent find. Hopefully something old will come out of this ground. See you in a minute. Well, another hunt at the camp draws to a close. Couldn't seem to get on the old ground today. Just couldn't get anything really old and interesting under my coil. Just mostly modern junk. A few interesting finds, nothing spectacular. Let's go over it. Alright, so there's the big doohickey you saw me pull out of the ground earlier. I've got a little pocket knife there. A bit of modern clad, 3/4 a dime, 3 pennies, so 88 cents. Another one of those, little lead circles. I thought it might be, I found a couple of those last time I was here. I thought they might be bag seals, but now I'm not so sure. Because when you turn them over, they have like a circle in the center. It looks like the end of something maybe that got snipped off. I'm not sure that's actually a bag seal. We got this little tag, numbered tag, probably from an animal. A few pieces of fishing line that were part of this bracelet. And then all the little beads and charms that were on the bracelet. There's a little horse, a little ribbon, a number of silvery colored beads with little flowers on them, and clear plastic beads. I don't think any of that is precious, but that was a real sort of a shotgun kind of find. Everything was scattered all around. Every time I got another bead, I was like, another bead. Anyway, that was fun to find. But as you can see, nothing particularly old. I wanted to get on the other side of the pond, but it turns out that although the larpers booked the camp for the weekend, they show up on Friday night. So they're all set up over there with tents. I didn't want to go wandering around among their tents and disturb them. So time enough to do that later in the month. Don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Find someplace, go out and hunt. That's the plan. See you on the next hunt. So, this little bell came out of the tumbler, looking rather nice, this little Crotal Bell. And the dingler turned out was impacted in the bell with the dirt. And I wanted to see if I could try to repair the bell. Now, obviously, it's never going to go back to its original shape, but I'm wondering if I can bend it to the point where the dingler won't fall out anymore and it can still ring. I know it doesn't have a shank, but I could probably run a piece of string through this hole and out the other hole, and then it would ring. I can sort of hear what it sounds like if I put the dingler in the bell and then shake it gently. That's the sound of this bell. But now I've got to try to mangle this bell and see if I can get it into a shape. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. This is brass, and it is not very flexible. I think the only reason it got crushed, it was driven over by a giant earth mover, and it got squished in the ground. So this is going to be a challenge. But I'm going to try, and we'll see what happens. I am doing. Okay. Okay, this is the part where the camera probably falls over. Maybe I'm imagining it. This is the make or break tap, I think. It's probably going to be the break tap. It seems to have closed up a little bit, but it's folding under itself there. I wonder if part of the metal is actually ripped and missing. Well, after significant hammering, I have one effed up looking Crotal Bell, but the dingler is in it. It does ring. But the important thing is, in its own deformed way, the little Crotal Bell lives. You know what I was thinking. Silver half. No. It's one of those things.